see how good it looks. Yeah.
Testing. First off, I'd like to give all honor and praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who the word ignorantly calls God, his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. All praises.
Hallelujah. First of all, giving all prayers, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, world ignorantly known as Yahweh as God, and Yahweh Shai Mashiach is Jesus Christ. And we thanking all the brothers on the highways and byways trying to bid everybody to the marriage, all the Aquas who's doing the work behind the scenes. And today we're the Hebrew Israelites, and we come to wake our people up in these last and evil days, trying to let them know who they are, because I know the world ignorantly tells you that you're somebody else, but you are God's chosen people, and we're here to wake you up, so-called black man, so-called Mexican man, and so-called Indian.
That's right.
Because beyond popular belief, they have told you that you are nothing. They've told you that you are the scum of the earth. They have told you that you don't have a place in this world. But we're here to let you know that the Most High loves you, and that He's called you to do great things in His work. So we're just telling you to wake up, come out of this evil world, and to come back to your Father who loves you dearly. 19, verse 1 and 2.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 1.
Read.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel.
No, speak unto the whole world.
Speak unto the congregation, all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, ye shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbath. I am the Lord your God.
See, so He letting you know that you're supposed to come back to Him and fear Him. He's a separate God. Holy in this account is separate. So He's not telling you to worship every idol, to worship all these so-called celebrities on your TV screen. How you doing, brother?
All right, brother.
Hey, brother, you believe in the Bible?
No.
You got a couple, oh, you don't believe in the Bible, brother? And He said He's not telling you to worship every idol, every person walking on this face of this earth, to what you see on the TV screen, but to just worship Him, for He is holy, which is separate. And so we are separate. And to honor your mother, your father. In these last days, you see the children right now, they're not honoring their mother, they're not honoring their father. They can care less what their father and their mother tell them. They're doing whatever pleases their flesh. So we're telling you right now to come back to the law, statute, commandment of the Most High, or you will be destroyed in these last days. You got a precept, King? Go ahead and bring it out.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 3 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
For what if some did not believe? Shall that unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
So He letting you know, for all those that say that they don't believe in the Bible, don't believe in the Most High, hey, this is what He letting you know right here. Go ahead and read, King.
God forbid, ye, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written.
So he letting you know his word that he writ is the truth. So no matter what we think, no matter what we feel is our feelings and our emotions, no, it's a lie. Because only the Most High is the truth, and we are liars. See, so we got to come back to what is the truth, what is what we will call the book of the law. Because the book of the law is what's the truth. Hey, sister, do you believe in the Bible? You believe in the Bible, sister? See, right there, we just told you right there that let the book tell you what's true. And every man is a liar. See, the reason why we don't believe in the Bible is because there's no truth in us. So we got to get back to what's the truth, which is the Father. Go ahead and bring it out, King.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people,
No, equal to all people.
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
See, once again, that word holy. He's telling you to be separate, Israel. We're not supposed to be here trying to be along with the heathen, with every nationality. He told us flat out, only be with Israel. Come up out of this world, quit doing the things that pleases the flesh, the lust of the flesh, adultery, abominable foods, going and shopping on the Sabbath day, all the things that pleases us as being human beings, and come with what pleases him, which is the law. We need to go ahead, Israel, and quit being like everybody else, because when we become and be like everybody else, we're going to get destroyed like everybody else. Leviticus 20 and 26. Because see, beyond popular belief, everybody like, oh, well, this person can do that, or well, that person can do that. Well, if you want to go ahead and do what that person and that person does, then you're going to get what happens with that person. How you doing, brother? You believe in the Bible, brother? Hey, you got 5 seconds for the king? You got 5 seconds for the king? All praises, brother. Hey, brother, what nationality is you? If the world tell you go fill out an application, what the world tell you are? Huh? Like, if you go fill out an application and it says, what nationality are you? Like, who are you? What people are you? What do the world tell you are? Most of the time.
Like you fill up a job application with black, Hispanic. Oh,
Black. Yeah, so we here to wake up our people and to let you know that beyond popular belief, regardless what the world says, the Bible tells that you're Israel. And we have a few verses, that's going to break it down and tell you, what happened to Israel, which is the Most High's chosen people.
I ain't got time, brother.
All right, but just remember, brother, you Israel. Regardless what the world tell you, brother, you Israel. All praises, brother. Go ahead, bring it out, brother.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 26.
Bring it out.
And ye shall be holy unto me, for I the Lord am holy, and have severed you from other people.
I thought he said he put us all together so we could be equal.
And have severed you from other people, that you should be mine. A man also or woman that have familiar spirits, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones, their blood shall be upon them.
See, so he's telling you right now that he has severed us. Now, if you look up the word severed, the definition to the word severed, it means to be cut off or to be taken away from. How you doing now, brother? You believe in the Bible, brother? Hey, you got 5 seconds for the Most High, man? All right, all praises, brother. Hey, regardless what they tell you, brother, you Israel, you ain't black. You Israel, brother. All right, so he told you that he severed you. You're Israelite, brother. And so he told you that he has severed you to be away from all people. So he don't want you to be a part of everybody. He don't want you to be a part of this world. He wants you to be severed from this world. So beyond popular belief, he don't want you mixing and mingling with all the heathen, with all the world. You got a precept, brother? Go ahead, bring it out, brother.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 20.
Bring it out.
For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of Yahweh that is set before them.
Man, I don't think they heard you, King. Bring that out one more time.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 20.
Read.
For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of Yahweh that is set before them.
See, and it's going to be many that's going to perish because they don't believe in the Most High's law book. See, people call it the Bible. People call it a religious book. But no, us mighty men of Israel, we know it's the mighty book of the law. The Most High sent his prophets down to teach this book of the law so that Israel will have a book, a guidance book, or what we call it, the great playbook, to be able to know how to live in these last and evil days. But beyond what we would think, we pass by. There's prophets on every corner. If you look up Hebrew Israelites all over the world, this word is being preached on the highways and the byways. But people don't want to sit, they don't have 5 seconds, as you see, to even listen to the words of the Most High. Now, what does this world have to offer that you don't have 5 seconds for the God of Israel to give him your unadulterated, unadulterated attention to be able to listen what he thus said he say? You know what I'm saying? We got 5 seconds to go jump in the car, 5 seconds to go roll up a blunt, 5 seconds to go smoke a blunt. But all this is folly because it's going to equal to damnation and to get your spirit just destroyed. But that's all right, though. Go ahead, because in that great day, when the Most High replay that scene, and you're like, hey, remember that day? It was what? The 29th? It was the day, the moments right before the Sabbath started? Because we all know the mighty men of the Most High know sundown on Friday to sundown on Saturday is the Sabbath day. So we're going to say it was right before the Sabbath day. I sent my 2 apostles, my 2 prophets, Lucky, and they was teaching the law book. And they asked you, you believe in the book? Oh, yeah, I believe in the book. You got 5 seconds for the Most High? Oh, I ain't got 5 seconds. And then he going to destroy you. And you ain't going to have nothing to say when he asks you on that day, what was your 5 seconds that you didn't have to give to me? So we trying to tell you, Israel, before that day of the great wrath of the Most High comes, to give him 5 seconds. Learn the law. Listen what the Most High got to tell you through his great prophets, and go ahead and turn your evil ways and come back to the law. You got a precept, King? All right, go ahead and bring it out, King.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 9.
Read.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger.
So you telling me that the Most High ain't gonna come with teddy bears and lollipops?
With wrath and fierce anger,
Read.
to lay the land desolate, as he shall destroy the sinners thereout of it.
I thought he was gonna, all you had to do is sit down and pray before the Most High, and he'll forgive you all your sins at that one moment.
And he shall destroy the sinners thereout of it.
And seeing all the mighty men and everybody in Israel that's woke up to the truth, they know that sin is nothing but the transgression of the law. Can you get that on the first John chapter 3 and 4? And we all know that sin is nothing but the transgression of the law. So in order to transgress the law, it's 2 things that have to have happened. Number 1, you have to have been given the law, first of all, to transgress it.
That's right.
And then number 2, you have to break the law when you transgress it. And so in order to know what your transgression, you have to know the law. And there's only one way to know the law, and that's to get into the law book. But go ahead and read that account in 1 John, King.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
I don't think they heard you, King. Go ahead and bring it out one more time for them.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
See, so sin is nothing but the transgression of the law. And so in order to know that you're transgressing the law, you got to know what the law is. And there's only one way to know the law, and it's by getting in the law book. Because, I mean, you can do things, many things, and you're like, oh, well, you know, I ain't doing bad in the Most High's eyes. You know, I ain't doing no wrong in my eyes. But in the Most High's eyes, in order to do right, you got to do righteous. And to do righteous is to do right by the law. And it's right by the Most High. So in order for you to be righteous, you got to keep the law. and to keep the law best as you know how, which is getting this book, learn what the law is first of all, and then after you learn the law, then you got to know how to keep the law. But in order for you to be able to keep the law, you got to find out who is Israel. Because if you don't know who Israel is, Israel was the one that was given the law. And once you find out who Israel is, then you know that you can keep the law based on, because the law was given to you. You got a precept, King? Can you give me Matthew 22? Exodus 18 and 20. So because right here, we're just the mighty prophets, and we're just out here trying to teach our people how to live righteously. Because, at one point in time, we didn't know how to live righteously. We was out here, we was living in the world, doing the things that the world loved to do, eating abominable foods, you know what I'm saying, out here doing all manners of evil, fulfilling the lust of our flesh, talking to different girls, getting married every day, doing all those things, going out on the Sabbath day, spinning, cleaning, cooking, kindling fire in unrighteousness. But then once we got into the law book, we found out what unrighteousness was, and then that's when we began to live righteously. And it's all about doing one step at a time, doing what the Most High says righteous, then walking one step, putting one foot in front of the other, and then eventually the Most High will, convict your heart to do what's right. Go ahead and bring that out, King.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18 and verse 20.
Bring out.
And thou shalt teach them ordinance and laws, and shalt shew them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, and rulers of fifties, and rulers of 10. And let them judge the people at all seasons.
Wait a minute, I thought they said that you can't judge people if you ain't have righteous judgment.
And let them judge the people at all seasons, and it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee.
See, so he letting you know right now that, we have to come out here. Not only are we held responsible for teaching our brothers and our sisters, but then also, if you see your brother, your sister erring, it is also a commandment that you should not allow your brother to err. So you have to bring it up and correct your brother or your sister. And then if they don't want to go and accept that, then it is okay for us to bring the matter upon a small committee in order for them to be judged. So see, these are the things that these so-called pastors are not teaching our people. They're not letting them know that you can be judged a righteous judgment. They sit there and tell them that, oh, you don't have the power to judge. But brother, can you bring that back out? Because beyond popular belief, the Bible just told us differently. That as long as you are walking within that you can do a righteous judgment. Like if I see my brother cheating on his wife and I'm not cheating on my wife, I can go to my brother and say, hey brother, I see you over there, you're cheating on your wife. Brother, come on now. I know you better than that. We're supposed to be as brothers. We're supposed to tell our brothers, brother, don't do that. You got a family. You got a kids. You got a beautiful wife, a beautiful home. Like, don't do that, brother. Don't cheat on your wife. So, we do have the right to judge our brother and our sister in righteousness. So, beyond popular belief, what those Christian institutes are telling us, and the Catholic Institute and all those other institutes are telling us, we do, according to the Bible, have the right to righteously tell our brother and our sister what to do in righteousness. You got a precept, brother? A precept? No, I thought you had a precept. If you don't, then give me, I was going to go to Matthew 22:9, but I thought you had a precept on that. Yeah. So beyond popular belief, we can, if you do see your brother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your niece, whoever that's in righteousness, you have the right to righteously judge them, but only if you are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So you have to get back to your playbook, Israel, which is a so-called black man, so-called Mexican man and so-called Native American man, we have to get back to our law book, go back to the Most High God, and go ahead and turn back to righteous living. Go ahead and bring it out, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as you shall find, bid to the marriage.
See, so that's right now what me and this brother doing. Right now we go to the highways and the byways, which is out in public, and we're out here publicly speaking, letting our people know, because we love them, to go ahead and come back to the Most High, come back to the law book, and come back to the first love, because the Most High said his first lover is him. Go ahead and finish bringing it out, King. That's more there. What I said? So we're trying to bid our brother and our sister into the marriage. How you doing, Kings? All praise to the Most High. Y'all got any questions for the Most High?
Nah, we out here listening. Really.
Okay, yeah, so pretty much what me and our brother doing is we out here, man, and we educating and edifying our brothers, because beyond popular belief, everybody think that the Most High sent his son to come and die for everybody. But the Bible tells us differently. The Bible tells us that he only sent his son back for the nation of Israel. And the nation of Israel is 12 tribes.
Oh, so God, Jesus ain't coming for everybody. That's what you
No, he didn't.
What is 12 tribes?
I'm finna bring it out to you. I'm gonna show you the 12 tribes. Right here is the 12 tribes. So Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, Naphtali. These are the 12 tribes that the Most High came for, which is Jacob's 12 sons. So this isn't a made-up thing. Or these are 12. No, these are Jacob's 12 sons, and through his 12 sons came the 12 tribes.
Is it Judah?
For Judah.
So that's like one of them.
Yeah, that is, and that's actually the tribe that Jesus came from. So, and basically, you are of your father descent. So, is your father black or white? So, y'all would be from the tribe of Judah. So, can you give me Matthew chapter 1, verse 21? All right, go ahead, bring it out, King.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 24.
Read.
But he answering said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
See, so right there, Jesus is telling you right there, like if you had a Bible, that would be in red, and Jesus is letting the Canaanite woman know, because she came up in that account and she asked, like, hey, I want you to heal my daughter. And he said, no, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of Israel.
So who was
The Canaanite are actually of African descent. So they're from the nation of Ham. When Noah came and the flood came, they're Hamites. So they're Kemetic. So they're not of Israel. Yep.
So that's when the Africans say they're not really us and really not them.
Exactly. So so when America tells us like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all people sold y'all into slavery. No, Africans sold us. They sold the Israelites into slavery. You see what I'm saying? So
Is that why black people are not just black people are in ghettos everywhere then?
that's why we're in ghettos everywhere. So see, y'all do know a little bit. So, and that's the reason why we're trying to wake our people up, because the world tells us, oh, we're black, or we're African American, or we're this, we're that. But we're actually Israel, because when you go through the Bible, and we will bring it out if y'all got a little time to listen, we'll bring it out in Deuteronomy, and the curses fit only Israel. And when you look at the curses, it'll let you know who Israel is. Go ahead and bring it out, King.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27.
Bring it out.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God.
No, everybody's God.
The Lord your God.
I thought he was the God of everybody, though.
The Lord your God, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed.
So he letting you know, only Israel, only your God. Because, think about it. Think about it, brothers, and I want y'all to answer this. Why didn't he say the God of everybody in the world?
Well, I guess it would depend on which translation we're in. Some translations you say that.
See, and that's why, hey, look, can you bring me Psalms 83? Because I'm going to show you what's going on. This is the reason why they done switched up. What it is, see, it's Crafty Counsel. So they're switching up a lot of these Bibles, because that's why, if you notice, if you look up Hebrew Israelites, that's why a lot of us come from the King James, because it's closer to the original text that was written. And the reason why is because they're changing words, and when you change the content of words, you change the value of that sentence. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's why a lot of times they try to retranslate, and they're watering it down.
So would you say that the King James Version is the closest version to, I guess, the 40 version?
Yeah, it's the closest thing that we would have, unless we could get a hold of the scrolls. But of course, the Roman Catholics, they definitely took those and have those. But hey, the Bible tells you accounts of that, though. But go ahead and bring it out, King. Watch this, y'all.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 83, and verse 1. Keep not thou silent, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Oh, he said enemies. See, a lot of people don't know God has enemies. Go ahead and read, King.
Thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee shall lift up thy head. They have taken crafty counsel.
See, right there, crafty counsel. So when you look at stuff like the Bible, you know what I'm saying? When they water it down, it's like taking a glass of Kool-Aid. Okay, it's Kool-Aid. If I add a cup of water, okay, it still tastes all right. But then I add another glass of water. Ooh, now it's just colored water. You know what I'm saying? I add another glass. Now you might as well just throw it away. And that's pretty much what the Bible is. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's starting to get to the point where they're watering it down and watering it down and watering it down so it can fit everybody. And you know what I'm saying? Because you can go through this Bible and we can read you.
That's just what Christianity is based off of. The whole concept that everybody can be saved and they can't. Okay, I get you.
You know? And go ahead. Exactly. Watch this.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
See, so hidden ones. Okay, so before you walked up here, did y'all know y'all was Israel? See, so when he said like have taken crafty counsel against thy hidden ones, you're hidden because
Everything is lied about to fit this propaganda. But it doesn't make sense why only one group of people around the whole world. But what you say with the curse, that makes sense. I didn't know that, so that makes sense. Yeah, curse.
and see, and that's why too. And after we read this, before y'all go, I want to definitely let y'all hear some of them curses and then see who fits those curses. Go ahead and finish reading, King.
They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
See, now let's think about this too. Now, who's over in Israel right now? So, if the Bible's saying, so the name of Israel be no more in remembrance, then who's over in Israel right now?
So that makes sense why they don't go by the Revelation thing, because Revelation says that the people that act like cast it out, they compose themselves.
Exactly. And then think about this too. Okay, so their name is Jewish, right? But the Bible say Jews. So if I said, oh, you got some Jordanish, they're Jordanish. What does that mean? Alike, but not exactly. If you look up that definition, that's exactly what ish is. It's almost, but not exactly. Childish. You're not a child, but you're acting like, there you go. So see, and that's what with the Jewish. But go ahead and break it down some more, King.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the